A few years ago, I treated a male patient in his 50s who was slightly overweight. Although he looked generally healthy, his blood work told a much darker story. His labs showed elevated blood sugar, insulin, and triglycerides, signaling metabolic danger. Despite his career success, he was unknowingly racing toward diabetes and heart disease. I decided to offer him advice that most doctors rarely share with their patients. I explained that he could reverse his condition using food instead of pills. We designed a simple plan involving 10 staple foods and a shorter eating window. Within months, his energy returned and his health markers normalized completely. Hello, health champions. Today we will discuss the power of eating the right foods. We will cover 10 foods that work with your body rather than against it. The first item is extra virgin olive oil, which I consider liquid gold. It serves as the foundation of the Mediterranean diet and supports heart health. Research shows that populations consuming quality olive oil suffer less heart disease. It contains oleocanthal, an antioxidant that helps reduce specific inflammatory enzymes. It also provides polyphenols to protect your LDL cholesterol from oxidative damage. Heart disease often begins when LDL particles become oxidized and change their properties. Most of the fat in olive oil is monounsaturated, which boosts metabolic flexibility. In countries with low heart disease, people get a third of calories from this oil. In contrast, Western cultures consume inflammatory soybean and processed vegetable oils. The difference lies in consuming real food versus toxic, processed alternatives. The second food is grass-fed beef liver, though other livers work too. Beef liver is the most available and economical option for most people. Ensure it is grass-fed and organic because the liver acts as a detox filter. If the animal was unhealthy, its liver will likely be unhealthy as well. Liver is nature's original multivitamin, packed with incredible nutrient density. Long ago, people consumed liver and cod liver oil for their medicinal properties. It contains retinol, the active form of vitamin A, and many B vitamins. It also provides heme iron, which is the most usable form for humans. These nutrients help your mitochondria optimize energy output for the entire body. Since cells work constantly, improving mitochondrial function raises your baseline health. Liver is also rich in nutrients that specifically enhance immune function. Number 3 is fermented vegetables, an ancient method of preserving food. We now know that preserving food this way also preserves our health. Culturing vegetables develops a colony of beneficial bacteria known as probiotics. These organisms populate the gut and help maintain a healthy internal environment. Strengthening the gut biome also reinforces the critical gut barrier. Much of your health depends on nutrient absorption and inflammation in the gut. A strong barrier prevents toxins from harmful bacteria from entering the bloodstream. This shield results in fewer endotoxins, less inflammation, and fewer allergies. Number 4 is garlic, a flavor booster that I add to almost everything. I often double or quadruple the amount of garlic requested in recipes. It contains a compound called allicin, which signals the body to increase nitric oxide. Nitric oxide improves vasodilation, which opens blood vessels and improves circulation. This process helps lower blood pressure by balancing the body's vascular constriction. Allicin is also antibacterial, helping to control pathogenic bacteria in the gut. Suppressing bad bacteria creates an environment that favors the healthy ones. This shift helps reduce gut-driven inflammation by improving the internal ecosystem. Since much inflammation starts in the gut, this is a vital benefit. Allicin also supports endothelial health, the inner lining of your blood vessels. Happier blood vessels mean you gain significant cardiovascular protection. Number 5 is nuts and seeds, a broad and nutritious group. My favorite nuts are pecans, walnuts, and macadamias for their nutrient profiles. Among seeds, I prefer chia, flax, hemp, and pumpkin seeds for availability. They share high levels of fat, protein, and fiber with low carbohydrates. After subtracting fiber, the net carb count in these foods is very low. They are rich in minerals like magnesium, zinc, and selenium. They also contain antioxidant polyphenols that help lower chronic inflammation. Inflammation is the root cause of most degenerative diseases like heart disease. Therefore, eating foods that lower inflammation is always a positive step. Brazil nuts are so rich in selenium that you must limit consumption. Just 1 or 2 Brazil nuts provide all the selenium you need. Eating too many can lead to toxicity, which is counterproductive. Pumpkin seeds are a great source of zinc and make a delicious snack. Unlike chia or flax, pumpkin seeds are tasty on their own. Their fat and protein content helps the body stabilize blood sugar levels. They slow the absorption of other foods, preventing dangerous glucose spikes. Number 6 is pasture-raised eggs, a true nutrient-packed superfood. Pasture-raised hens that eat grass and bugs produce superior eggs. These eggs contain far more vitamin D and fatty acids than caged eggs. Although they cost more, you get much more nutrition for your money. Eggs remain very affordable, with a full meal costing only a few dollars. They contain choline, which fuels important neurotransmitters like acetylcholine. They also provide vitamin K2, which directs calcium into bones, not arteries. Without K2, calcium can accumulate in blood vessels where it causes harm. Eggs are also rich in protein, which is satiating and supports muscle. Eating the yolk and white together improves protein utilization. Nature created them together, so you should consume them that way. Better utilization means more protein becomes tissue rather than glucose. Limiting the conversion of protein to glucose helps stabilize blood sugar. All these foods share the characteristic of being unprocessed whole foods. They come from the earth in the form nature intended. If you can hunt or gather it, it is a whole food. Unprocessed foods retain all the nutrients that factories typically remove. Real food is not shelf-stable and will eventually spoil. Food that never spoils has been stripped of nutrients to save money. Processed foods are cheap and stable but do not support your body. Another commonality is that these foods are naturally low in carbohydrates. This is critical because metabolic diseases are the leading killers today. Keeping your diet low-carb is essential for preventing these chronic conditions. These foods also contain healthy fats that your body loves. You get EPA and DHA for cell membranes and stable saturated fats. There are also small amounts of plant-based omega-3s found in seeds. These fats help reduce inflammation and balance your omega ratios. These foods are naturally low in the inflammatory omega-6 found in seed oils. Commercial vegetable oils are high in omega-6 and drive systemic inflammation. Eating real food displaces these damaging processed oils from your diet. The most important thing is stopping the garbage food that drives disease. Number 7 is berries, specifically blackberries, raspberries, and blueberries. They are dense in nutrients but very low in carbohydrates. We call them nature's candy because they have flavor without the sugar crash. Berries are rich in polyphenols like anthocyanins and ellagic acid. They also contain vitamin C and soluble fiber to support gut health. These antioxidants help reduce oxidative stress and protect your LDL. Oxidized LDL causes damage, so protecting it is crucial for heart health. Ellagic acid further helps reduce oxidative damage and inflammation. Number 8 is salmon, specifically wild-caught for maximum benefit. It is the richest source of EPA and DHA fatty acids. These fats participate in signaling and help reduce systemic inflammation. Consuming omega-3s allows them to replace pro-inflammatory fats in cell membranes. Healthier cell membranes lead to better receptor function, including insulin. Eating fatty fish improves your omega-6 to omega-3 ratio significantly. However, eating fewer omega-6 from fried foods is even more important. Improving this ratio reduces inflammation in the arteries and heart. Lower inflammation leads to better cardiovascular and metabolic health. Number 9 is avocados, the perfect plant food due to its richness. The major fat is oleic acid, the same monounsaturated fat in olive oil. This fat helps reduce inflammatory signaling throughout the body. Avocados are also rich in potassium, which supports cardiovascular function. They contain high amounts of soluble fiber, despite what many people think. This fiber makes the net carbohydrate count of avocados extremely low. Soluble fiber absorbs water to form a gel that slows glucose absorption. This process smooths out insulin spikes and feeds gut bacteria. Number 10 is non-starchy vegetables and leafy greens. People are often confused because these are carbohydrates, but they lack sugar. The problem is sugar and starch, not the fiber in vegetables. These foods are nature's multivitamin, full of water, fiber, and micronutrients. You cannot eat enough of them to overdose on carbohydrates. Even on a keto diet, you can eat large quantities of vegetables. They contain polyphenols and phytonutrients that support your gut biome. These vegetables also provide natural antioxidants to reduce oxidative stress. Natural antioxidants fit your body's balance better than synthetic pills. Excessive synthetic antioxidants can interfere with energy production, but food does not. These plants also contain chemicals that assist liver detoxification. The liver transforms toxins into water-soluble compounds for removal. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe and turn on notifications.